Hey everyone, Teevee the Marketer here. Thank you for tuning in again. Today I wanted to share a really important story. I'm coming up on the anniversary of 16 years of being in business. And to be more accurate, of being in business full time. I walked away from my job on March 1st, 2009. It's a really personal story. Most people that know me know the story because it's a part of everything that now is true in my life. So let's get into it. March 1st, 2009 is when I actually walked away from my job that I had been in essentially since I was 15. Now, at the age of 15, I started in the grocery business. I was a little sacker, and took people's groceries out, and then I grew and grew in the business and through various other companies, and eventually ended up at Minyard's food stores. And the last couple of years ended up in their training department. The story for that will probably have to be on my personal podcast on how I got there, because it involved a lot of risk and a lot of trust from some good humans in my life. However, in 2009, I walked away, and I absolutely had to, because I was divorced. At that point, I think I was about a year into my divorce or so, and I was miserable. Oh, I forgot this little micro detail, but it's a good detail. I ended up back in the grocery stores because the company, Minyard's Food Stores, sold Carnival was one of their divisions. And in doing so, we basically they didn't need a training department anymore. So they started cutting staff and whatnot. And I ended up back in the stores for a little bit. In that time of working in the actual stores, I was miserable. And it wasn't so much the work. I work nights, I work days, I work early, I work late. The problem was I was obviously divorced, and I wanted to be with my daughters. Um, I knew, well, what was happening is, because of the various shifts on my weekends, I wouldn't actually have much time with them. It was really bumming me out that I couldn't see my daughters. I wanted to be more present, more involved. And because of my job, it was less possible. Now, when I was in the training department at Minyards, I had weekends off. So I was able to use that time on the first and third to my benefit, to our benefit. I could really maximize that time. And it was really important that I do so. But um, I couldn't. Luckily, a couple years before that, I started a business with a friend of mine that I met in NLP class. We decided to start an internet business because we both had read the 4 Hour Work Week, and we decided to try something, and we did. Started to become successful. Started to make some sales, and I was mainly the tech guy and the marketing guy. That was my assignment. I had to learn marketing, and that's when I first understood what it even was, because it's not a word that I really understood before. And I think it wasn't really useful or beneficial before the 2010s. Marketing now is like a part of our vernacular, but back then it wasn't so much. You either advertised or you didn't, or you did marketing because you're a bigger business, or you didn't, I think. So we were working on that. It was doing well, and I was getting really frustrated. By the time 2009 rolled around, it was really bad. And I mean, it was really good in that we were making some sales, and I was feeling encouraged, and I was so frustrated that I decided at some point to just quit. I thought to myself, what if I spent just as much effort as I do at work on my own personal thing? Surely we can make more sales, I thought. And I decided to quit. Now, keep in mind, this is March 2009. So it was probably a stupid decision. At the time, I didn't really keep up with the economy and the trends and the recession, and didn't realize that it was actually probably not a good idea. But I think being so dang naive was in my best interest, and I was committed. I was determined to make it work. So in March 2009, I quit and started helping local businesses do this internet thing. A lot of the work I initially did was in the graphic design space, because that is my origin, and how I really I actually went to school for that. I took commercial art in high school. Was pretty good at it, I thought, but that was before even computers were around. whereas they started being introduced to the schools in mass. But I did figure that out once I started the business with my partner. I needed to figure out how to market the business. I needed to figure out how to create graphics. And once I started doing it for local businesses, it was my first effort at actually trying to do the online thing. The first 2 or 3 years were really, really difficult because the ad platforms and even social media was at its infancy. So the idea of doing social media marketing like it's prevalent right now and like I do for my clients was not around. What we did have was old school Google AdWords, PPC, and a bunch of other stuff you could do, but it involved a lot of labor. So we did a lot. And good old fashioned SEO. And that's what we did for the business. But for myself, it was a lot more challenging trying to make that work, and eventually stumbled across networking, business networking. And that's how I eventually started to grow the business through personal one-on-one relationships and trust that was being built. And you can find a video about that over here, about networking and how passionate I am about it, because it actually was the first time through networking was when I first started to gain some success. First 2 or 3 years, not so much. I mean, I did okay, and it started to grow. I started to get some trust. And about year 4, I got one of my best clients ever, because she's still a client. This is when I started working with my first law firm. And it was a different time. It was easier in those times at doing PPC, and I absolutely loved it. I don't charge near that much anymore, thankfully. But it worked for me at the time. I gained credibility, and through her, I got a lot of referrals. And then let's say by year 5 or 6, I really found my groove. That's when I really started to understand what the heck I was doing, how to consistently help clients that came to me, how to get referrals, and it started to get fun. And then after that, I really refined my products and my services to the point where I am now, where I essentially just market myself as a business, as an agency that helps mainly law firms and small businesses get in front of as many people as possible by using social media advertising, and Google and YouTube, all the channels that you would like to get on. I can help you get on there. And I stopped doing SEO. I can't recall the last time I did a website. But it's been fulfilling. And the best thing of all is that I got to be involved in my daughter's lives. I was able to go to anything and everything that involved them, whether it be just games or conferences or performances. Do that. I could take them on the weekends to do poetry workshops. I could take them to do parkour. We did anything and everything imaginable to really enjoy each other's company and be connected. It allowed me to be a present father. It's something that I would not and could not have done if I had continued to work in the retail business. Because for anyone that's ever been in it, or if you are yourself now, you know that the hours are wicked. And it's because, and I get why. It's not like I wanted to change the system. I knew I couldn't be a part of that anymore. My daughters now are 22 and 20. I'm a grandfather now. I have an incredible relationship with both of them. We love each other. We stay connected. We stay engaged with each other. They know that I love them. And to this day, they know that I love them. The most interesting thing out of all this is that my older one really fell in love with the marketing and the space that I'm in, the messaging, communication, essentially. And she decided to do that as well. She got into the same space. And as of not too long ago, she quit her job and she started her own little agency. That's pretty crazy, don't you think? I'm really proud of her. And she's actually in charge of, I just hired her to redesign my website. So depending on when you see this website is designed by her. Yes, I do pay her. As just a thought, I want her to know that what her value is, and that, yes, I'm her father and I actually should probably get like 100% discount. However, I understand her value and I will pay her for her time, because she is giving me her time, and her brilliance, and just helping put this together so I don't have to do it. This is the mindset that I'm in to ensure that she knows as she moves forward that she should charge a premium because even her pops paid. Thank you so much for letting me share my story. I appreciate you. Hopefully, you got to know me a little better. If we ever meet in person, feel free to ask me anything else. I'm pretty much an open book. I have a lot going on in my life, and I'm thankful for the business. I'm thankful for my clients, for helping me be able to live this lifestyle where I can help them while actually helping myself at the same time. And because of them, I'm able to live the life of my dreams. So thank you. Thank you very much. And also to anyone watching this, thank you for your time. This is a pretty long video just related to my anniversary. But if you met me, you're probably curious as what the hell, why am I here? How did I get here? Thank you. And once again, if you want to watch the networking video, it'll be right here. And that's it for today. Bye.